everyone. I'm sorry, there's a hole in the studio floor. And, it's fine. It's fine. I was just trying to do something visually interesting, because, like, last night we had, you know, singing and puppets and dancing, and we've spent all our money. And it's tax day. So I got nothing. No? Do you think, I used to have a pierced ear, do you see that? And I had to take the earring out because I'm a whore for CBS. Oh, come on, that's not news! News just breaking. Greg Ferguson is a whore for CBS. No one's going to be saying that. Anyway, they said when I started, you can't host a late-night talk show with an earring. I'm saying, oh, yes, it's been done. They said it's never been done. I'm like, what about Joan Rivers? And they said, exactly, take the earring out. Don't. Although... See, if you're at home right now, you're a little high, and you're thinking, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have some plastic surgery. You know what? I'm going to have it. Let me just give you a preview. You don't look younger, you just look like you're moving quickly. Oh, I see where you're going, because only young people can move quickly. Ah. I'm very worried about the studio audience. I'll have a word with them and I'll see you in a minute.
It's hard to stay up, it's been a long, long day, and you've got the Sandman at your door. But hang on, leave the TV on, and let's do it anyway. It's okay, tomorrow's just your future yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Hey! Look at you, come on in.
Welcome to Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the Late Late Show. I am your host, TV's Craig Ferguson. Thank you. All right. That's it. Okay, yes. You've done your bit. You've done your bit for the warm-up guy. Thank you. You'll get your free candy. Because when you keep going like that, it just makes me feel stupid. It's a great day for America, everybody. Yes, it is. Great day for America. Also, I don't know why after 4.5 years I suddenly think that's funny, but I do. Also a great day for China. Let me explain, and then you don't have to go, huh? It's an audience made entirely of Scooby-Doos tonight. A great day for China? What are you talking about, man? And what happens, you see, in Hong Kong... Knock it off! In Hong Kong, which is in China, a group of billionaires, because billionaires all hang out together like, I don't know, giraffes or something. Anyway, a group of billionaires have built an exact life-size replica of Noah's Ark. I don't know how they know it's life-size. I guess they... oh, it's that thing in the Bible, the 40 cubits or 20... Anyway, they give the directions in the Bible about it. Anyway, this thing is big enough to hold apparently 150 animals, or almost all of the Octomom's kids. Hey, hey! There's the Octomom joke. Let's get the graphic. Still late night. Yeah! That's your quality. You don't get that in cable, do you? Today is the first day, of course, of the NHL playoffs. So we got a graphic for that? No. Of course we don't. Nobody cares about hockey. Except 100 people who are here. They all happen to be here. 110 Scooby-Doo impersonators who love hockey. Know your audience. No, of course, it's a great day, really, for the IRS. It's tax day. Tax day today. So as of right now, we're live, of course. As of right now, the post office is closed. The deadline is passed. So if you're watching this show and you haven't filed your return, there's 2 huge mistakes you have made today. But, on the other hand, you're officially now an outlaw. Yes. An outlaw who's not smart enough to steal cable, but still you're a badass. There's no going back for you now, cowboy! Unless you fill out form 4868. 4868. Yeah, that's the form. You fill it out, it'll grant you an extension for 6 months, so it's not really tax day. Or is it? President Obama said today that his goal was to simplify things. He wants to make the tax code so simple that even Joe Biden can understand it. That's what he's going for. What? Don't you dare! We're riding smart. Anyway, I've got no problem paying taxes. That's why I wasn't qualified to be in the Obama cabinet. But in fact... I almost enjoy paying my taxes. All right. I don't enjoy it. But it's something we all have to do. You know, it's like, as a late-night talk show host, I have to do the Octomom joke. I don't want to do the Octomom joke. I have to. That's a good American. And if patriotic Americans didn't pay their taxes on time, where would this country be? I tell you where we'd be. We'd be flat broke. Oh, wait. I only became an American citizen last year, but I've lived here for 15 years and I've been paying taxes all that time. And tax time makes me feel lucky. I've actually, I've got a job. Because I will admit, I lied on my tax return this year. Yes, I did. I listed my occupation as entertainer. I know. Bit of a stretch. But, they'll audit me if I put down where I really am. If you write douchebag, they'll go, hey, wait a minute. What's this? Let's have a look at that. I didn't know that was a job. Of course, not everyone is as happy as I am about paying taxes this year. Have you heard about the Tea Party protests? Oh, yes. Don't start. No, the Tea Party protests. Today, in dozens of cities across the country, the right-wing folks are holding tea parties. They're calling them tea parties to protest how the tax dollars are being used for new government programs. They're also sending their congressmen tea bags, and they're calling this tea bagging. Shut up! I'm not kidding. Today, thousands of Republicans who oppose gay marriage got together in public parks for a little teabagging. Now, what the hell is that? Is that a whiff of irony blowing through the studio? This is like PETA holding a barbecue or something like that. Barbecue or something like what? Well, like another barbecue, I guess. Like a barbecue or something like that. Well, what's like a barbecue? Well, a party where you roast meat. That's like a barbecue. Oh, yeah, the tea bag. Now, the people that are doing the tea bag protests are saying that they're inspired by the Boston Tea Party, but I think they might be a little confused, because I've been to Boston, and there's certainly a lot of drinking going on, but very little of it is tea that I get. At the original Boston Tea Party, of course, the revolutionaries dressed like Indians and threw tea into the harbour. For today's tea parties, nobody's dressing up like an Indian. Well, some are, and some are dressing up as bikers, and some as construction workers. One is a cowboy, and... what was the other one? Traffic cop. Now, let me just say on this tax day, some people hate the IRS. Well, I think that's wrong. I would like to say right now that the IRS agents are the most awesome people in the world. You are. No, they are actually. I mean, you think these people are impressive, the IRS people, because it's the one part of government bureaucracy. It's one part of government bureaucracy. It's an area of the government that is actually. Well, I mean, they're super efficient, is what I'm trying to say. They may know. They know how much you made. They know how much you owe Uncle Sam, and they'll stop at nothing to get it. I mean, if Osama bin Laden had made illegal deductions, his ass would be in jail right now. It would. Well, I swear. That's true. It's true. I swear that lunch with Saddam was just for business. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Hi. I was just reading the paper during the break. You know, I usually I talk to the studio audience, but anyway, I'm looking at the paper. I'm looking at the front of the USA Today today, and I'm looking at it because it's today, and I live in America, so that's the paper for me. And it's got this little graph. Can you see this graph here? What Americans won't do in the next 6 months. Well, look, if you can't see it, strangely enough, I have a blow-up. This is the graph. What Americans won't do in the next 6 months. And I'm thinking, you know, it's like, you know that 95% of Americans will not buy a boat or an RV in the next 6 months. And I'm thinking, well, is that so different from normal? And then there's like 78% of Americans will not buy a new computer. So almost 25% of Americans will buy a new computer in the next 6 months. This is an enormous market I'm missing out on. Wish the puppets were here.
I'd just like to say that in 4.5 years of lame comedy, that is the lamest piece of crap you've ever done.
I didn't know you were from England.
Yes. I'm from London.
Really? Which part?
Islington.
I don't really know where this is going.
Neither do I. You're the one who started it.
Well, it's better than the thing in the USA Today thing.
Well, you're not wrong about that. Did you really put entertainer on your tax return?
I did.
Okay, then.
What did you put on your tax return? Corky?
My name's not Corky. It's Bruce.
Have we got time for email, everybody? Yeah, I'm sure we have. Oh, last night's show was great. Why couldn't you watch that one? It's a rhetorical question. Shut up. If you actually start talking, they'll know that it's not a, machine. This is from Kirsten in Palmdale in California. Oh, I like Palmdale. It's just over the hill. You can just over the hill there. Kirsten says, I like your ties. They're very stripy. Do you think it's weird if girls wear ties? No. Not if they're lesbians. Bruce, shut up! Shut up! Take that old-timey, 1950s humour and get out of here! We're out of time, but you know what? I don't feel like stopping. Oh, but that's right, I'm a whore for CBS, so I bet. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. My first guest tonight is a Hollywood icon. I mean, an icon. Every time he comes to this show, I think, why is he coming to the show? He doesn't have to be at this show. I mean, he's really, he's like, whoa. I mean, when he comes out, you'll be like, what? And I'll be like, yeah. And you'll be like, yeah, are you kidding? I'm like, I'm not kidding. He's in a new movie. It's called Is Anybody There? It's in theatres on Friday. Please welcome the legend that is Michael Caine, everybody. Michael Caine. Welcome, Michael. Welcome. How very nice to see you again.
It's great to see you, yeah.
I'm always delighted when you come on the show. A little surprised, but delighted.
You're surprised I come on, are you?
Yeah, I am a little bit.
Yeah, I would be if I were you, yeah.
Still, it's nice that you do it.
And I do, you know. And it's from the old country.
I think it's an old country
it's
thing,
the old
too.
country, and you're in a foreign land. And
Not
you're,
anymore.
No, are you a real American?
Yeah, I became a citizen, yes.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, you didn't?
No, I'm a tourist. I'm a fan of America, though.
Oh,
Big
well,
fan,
that's good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Well, I've been working here for years.
Yes?
Yeah. Before you were born, I was.
No.
Yeah,
Really? Yeah, probably,
yeah. Yeah, and you got married. You got married, I hear.
I did get married, yeah.
You did?
Yeah,
How's it going?
Look, I'm wearing it's one of them new ones with the GPS in it.
I never ever. Yeah.
You don't wear one?
I don't wear one. No, I never wore a ring. Ever.
How'd you get away with that?
I don't know. My wife trusts me, I think. We've been married 38 years.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And I'm quite old now, so she doesn't worry about the ring.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she should give it a passing thought from time to time.
I'll buy a thin one.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah.
What, a thin ring?
Yeah, thin ring.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do you think
yours is thick. You see, you're a newlywed. You're all sort of...
Oh, yeah.
You're all sort of keen and stuff. and you got married in the winter.
I did get married in the winter in Vermont. Deep snow, wearing a kilt. Very dangerous.
Very dangerous. Yeah.
Where did you get married
down. You can sink down, can't you?
Well, the snow rises up.
No, the snow rises. You've got lots of snow, you don't have to go out.
Yeah, well, that's
you keep
true,
in on the honeymoon, you see. You say,
yeah.
I don't have to go out, it's okay.
Let's stay at home.
The snow's too deep, darling, to go for a walk. Especially with a kilt.
Well, you can't go out for a walk
You can't go out in a kilt, can
Not
you?
in the snow. No, it's not right,
no.
Michael.
No, I got married in Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
That must be a record then for the longest marriage that's happened in Las Vegas.
People in Las Vegas, yeah. I don't know what happened. I mean, I got married in the little chapel on the green, which turned out to be 4 square feet of AstroTurf.
Yeah,
I thought I was going to get like a village green in England, you know. And I went there, and the place was famous because Tony Curtis had got married there.
Oh,
a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was very quick, and the sort of I had to get back into LA when we were shooting, and we went to a restaurant across the road. And there'd be someone you might remember, Louis Prima. Remember Louis Prima and Keely Smith?
Yeah.
They were the cabaret. And we went in this restaurant, and we got on an airplane and went back. And we went back to the Beverly, Wilshire, where they had... my wife is Kashmiri, Indian, and they had an Indian suite in there.
Oh, that's nice.
And they gave us it for our first night of our honeymoon. And I didn't know that in India, they put bells on the bed to make sure...
Not just in India, Michael.
No, not just in India. In Vermont too, huh?
Yeah, in Vermont. Yeah,
well,
just one bell.
It was Christmas.
Dong, dong, dong.
Well, there were 4 bells on this bed.
Right.
And so I spent the first couple of hours of my honeymoon with a penknife trying to get the bells off the bed. It's true.
Yeah.
It has to be true because you can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't. Well, your wife must have known that bells were traditional. She would have said to you, you can leave the bells on the bed.
Yeah, but we didn't think they'd be traditional in the Beverly Wilshire.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean? We didn't know how far they would carry it.
Yeah.
And they carried it a bell too far.
I bet one bell too far.
bell too far.
Weren't you in that film? One bell too far?
A bridge too far.
A bridge too far.
Yeah, a bridge too far I was in. Yeah.
That's a good film. Have you ever done a film and you thought, oh, I wish I hadn't done that film?
Yeah, I'd done several. But you don't know at the time.
No,
you know.
no, I
You
suppose
think to
not.
yourself, I'm very good, and then you suddenly realise that no one else is.
Well, that's true in many ways. It's true. You can say it now.
Yeah.
We know.
Well, I'm old enough to say that
Yeah, you can
stuff,
say what
see,
you
'cause
want.
no one takes any notice of what you say now.
I don't know about that.
The old dodderers.
In this film you've just done, well, you're good in it. Anyone else good in it?
Everybody is brilliant, as a matter of fact.
Really?
And I play with a little boy who's 10, and he is the best boy actor I've ever come across because he's had no training, and he's just a small boy.
Right.
And he's like a real boy. And he doesn't have one of those... You know, when you see
Couldn't you
children
get a trained
actors,
midget?
you can see they've been trained to do
Oh, yes,
bad things,
yeah,
you know, that people never do. And he doesn't do any of those things. And he doesn't have one of those, what we call stage mothers, who are trying to sort of project the fact that they didn't do anything into the child and they want the child to become a star. His mother's an ordinary, very nice woman, and he's a wonderful boy. His name is Bill Milner. And the name of the movie is Anybody There? And he's the co-star of it with me.
And does he? What happens in the movie then?
Well, I'll cut this very short. He lives in an old people's home, old folks' home.
You do?
No, not yet. I haven't got there yet.
No, I don't mean you do.
No,
I thought your character.
I haven't got there yet in the story.
Oh, right, okay.
You've got to let me get in the story.
All right, yeah.
The little boy lives in an old folks' home because his mother and father own it.
Oh, right, okay.
And every time he makes a friend, of course, they die. So he goes looking for their spirits with a tape recorder and a torch and a camera. And he can never find them. And an old magician, me, comes in, basically, to die.
Right.
And he makes friends with him and he helps him find his ghosts.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fantastic film.
I'm not supposed to say that because it sounds conceited, but it is an extraordinary film.
No, it sounds... And anyway... No, it sounds fantastic. It sounds right.
No, it is. He hasn't seen it. I've seen it. It's bloody good.
Yeah, well, no, it sounds... Honestly, it does. It sounds
you'll love it when you see it.
No, I will.
I tell you why. Because it will make you really, really laugh, and then you will burst out crying. And I'll do both of those things to you, one after the other, I bet.
Yeah. Well, you've done that here.
I tell you what, when I was reading the script, it's produced by David Heyman, who makes a Harry Potter film.
Oh, yeah, I know
but
David,
this is not a big film. This is a little tiny film. And he loved the script. He said it to me and I was reading it. And halfway through, I rang him and I said, I'll do this movie. He said, you like the script? I said, well, I haven't finished it yet. He said, well, why are you phoning me before you finished? I said, because I've had a break. I thought I'd phone you during this break because I'm crying.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the only script I've ever read that made me cry. And I don't cry easily, believe me. I'm very tough. I'm tough, you know. And I'd never cry. And I was all on my own, so I cried. Oh. And I rang him and I said, I'll do it. And then he got me cheap, you see.
Yeah, no, of course.
Because he felt I was vulnerable.
What about... You play a magician in the film?
I play a magician, yes.
Did you learn any tricks?
I learned lots of tricks. It was very funny because I decided, as part of my character, I thought, I'm going to part my hair in the middle. I don't know why I thought... And then the real magician turned up to teach me, you know, the technical advisor, and he had his hair parted in the middle. And I thought, I've not even started the movie and I've got something right.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I said, I've seen magicians before with their hair parted in the middle. I said, a lot of you seem to do that. He said, yes. He said, I said, why is that? He said, Houdini Harry Houdini, the greatest magician of all, he had his hair parted in the middle. And all the young magicians parted their hair in the middle. So did I.
What happens if they're bald?
You wear... If you're a magician, you can't be bald.
There's got to be a bald magician somewhere.
No. They sell wigs parted in the middle.
Parted in the middle,
For magicians.
Yeah, I see. But do they have...
I don't know what you're doing here.
Do they have secret compartments in them?
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff?
That's... Magicians have secret compartments everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
I had, I had dubs coming out of... I've done a lot.
That can happen.
Yeah, it does come
Dubs
out.
coming out all over the place. More feathers.
You go to the gents and the dub comes out, everybody jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To you or away from you? What happens?
What?
When a bird
away from you when the dove comes out.
Right,
yeah, just in case.
Yeah. To be honest, do you like working with kids, really?
Yes, I like working... Yeah, I do. There's this old adage about, never work with kids or animals.
Yeah.
Well, I love working with them because they're so ingenuous, and I'm a bit of a kid myself in a funny way.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
What about animals, though? You're not a bit of an animal, are you?
No, I'm not mad about horses and camels because I'm not a very good rider. And camels, when they throw you up, they don't throw you off. They suddenly lie down and try to roll on your leg.
Those bastards!
Bastards. Yeah. And I did, and then they won't go. They won't go where you want them to go. I know there's a scene in The Man Who Would Be King where Sean Connery and there's a long shot of a camel thing, and we're in the desert, and they're saying, then we went to Khartoum or somewhere, and at so-and-so we left the trail and went off on our own. But we couldn't get the camels to leave the trail. We kept getting John Huston, the director. He said, well, now you move, turn left. And we're turning left, and the camels went straight on. So they cut to a long shot, and Sean Connery and I, leaving the trail, are actually two Arab camel people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who could get them to do what they like.
Well,
they'll also spit in your face. They will. They spit at you. But there is a camel, a Somali camel, which is the most gentle of all camels. They're very, very soft. That's a true story. He's giving me a funny...
The most gentle of all camels?
Is the Somali.
All right, the Somali camel.
And they have blue eyes and very long eyelashes. It's
they sound adorable.
Yeah. And all the male camels look gay.
Do they really?
Well, they've got long eyelashes. They look like they've got mascara on.
Yeah. Where did you run across a Somali camel, then?
I was doing a movie in Kenya.
Right.
And they brought some across the border, because Somalia's next to Kenya.
Right. You don't want to use a Kenyan camel.
No, the Kenya camels, they roll over on you.
Oh, well, they see how we're back.
Yeah,
we're back to them.
And I didn't want it to...
But, if I'm watching the film, I go, wait a minute, that's a Somali camel they got there.
If you see the blue eyes and the eyelashes.
Yeah.
I had one sequence where we forgot, and this Arab is teaching me to ride a camel, and I said, well, we're sitting on the camels going along, and I said, well, what's the one for making the camels stop and sit down? And he said, urguf. Urguf. And of course, the camel stopped and sat down with me on it. And I down there, I said, what's the Arabic for get up?
What is it?
Zid.
Zid.
And then he went zid, and then the camel comes up again. But that's all I know or want to know about camels.
Fair enough. Thank you for sharing it with us, Michael. It's always a pleasure. The great Michael Caine, everybody.
It could just be me and you.
What could?
A birthday party.
I have been trying to draw you out of yourself for a bit, in case you hadn't twigged on. God, what's the worst that could happen? Kids, eat some cake. We left the grim, bloody pallor of mortality for a few glorious moments.
Okay, this one.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the late night comedy thing. My next guest is a very funny comedian. He just returned from an armed forces entertainment trip abroad. This is what it would be like if I read that thing that they put in the camera. I know. You think it sucks now? Imagine how much more it would suck if I just read stuff. Exactly. Plus, look at that baby. Look at that baby. Sneaky. My next guest used to work in the show. He's a friend of mine. He just returned from an armed forces entertainment trip in Afghanistan, entertaining the troops. Please welcome the lovely Matt Beatz, everybody. Matt.
Thank you, guys. Wow. I feel like you really know me. This is great. Thank you very much. Wow. Listen, before I get started, I just want to thank the IRS for making it possible for me to take the bus to the show here tonight. It's kind of them to do that. Let me give you guys an idea of just how big my apartment is. You know, you live in a small apartment when you can say, I was sitting on my bed last night making pasta. That right there gives you an idea of the square foot that we're dealing with. Matt, you want to go out after work and grab a beer? Can't, guys. I got to go home and do the dish. Can't eat again until I wash the spork. It's going good. I just turned 30 recently. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks. I kind of think it's like the perfect age to be. Like, no homework, but I can still get an erection. It's that sweet spot right in the middle there. I don't actually have any kids or a life for that matter, but my brother has 3. He's got a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a newborn, all boys. I know. Like, I don't know what it is about, like, a screaming, pooping child that makes adults go, oh, we gotta get another one of these. And I'll call his house, and it sounds like the Normandy beach invasion, you know? It's just chaos, like blood-curdling screams and everything. And I hear him on the phone, and he's asking the 5-year-old where the 2-year-old is. Like, that's not good parenting, you know? Like, not that I'd be any better, you know. I go home about once a year, and I get to hang out with them. And my mom always comes into the room, and she says this really interesting thing. She'll come in, and she'll be like, Matthew, you would make such a great dad. I'm like, me? Based on what? Like one afternoon of Matchbox cars? Like, I'd make a great deadbeat dad, don't get me wrong, you know, like, you know, somebody like wakes up at 1, puts a little vodka on their cereal, you know, takes the bus over to their mother's house for supervised visitation, you know. When the kids are like playing Matchbox cars, I pass out on the ground and stuff, you know, and there's like always like a couple more like more competent adults nearby whispering, like, if he goes for one of them, you know what to do. I do like buying them weapons and stuff, though, because I want to be the cool uncle. Not real weapons, though. I'll go down to, like, Disneyland, you know, and buy, like, a musket from, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, you know? I'll go down there. But my sister said a really interesting thing. She was like, Matt, we'd really appreciate it if you wouldn't buy the boys guns. We don't want to teach them about gangs. And I was like, if Luke shows up to a gang meeting with a musket, he's not getting in anyway. Could you imagine that drive-by? Like, steady, bang, I missed, circle back around. And that just doesn't happen. I still try and send them weapons, though, but I have to do it a little bit more, like, secretively, you know? So I'll take, like, a Bible, and I'll hollow out the inside. And I'll put, like, Shawshank style, you know, put the gun inside and write, like, an encrypted message, like, read Revelations. But, I do like to buy them books, too. I bought them this one book last year called Sometimes Parents Get Angry. And it's great, yeah, because it explains to kids that, you know, sometimes parents get angry, but it's not because anything you did, you know? Like, sometimes mom's just upset about work, or dad's upset about money, or mom's upset because dad can't explain the panties that she found in the backseat of the station wagon. Other things going on, you know? But for my one nephew, Luke, his 5th birthday was just last weekend, and I was thinking about buying him, like, a video game, and it reminded me of this story that I wanted to share with you guys about my trip overseas. We were doing a show for about 30 guys in this small mess hall on the border of Pakistan and Afghanistan, and 5 minutes into the show, they started to take rocket fire and started to return the fire, and they were like, we need to get out of here. So they canceled the show, ran out there, and we went down to the gun with them, and we were standing there, and they turned to us at one point. They stopped firing, and they turned and they said, we can take a break now. We're going to go inside our bunk and play Call of Duty. I thought that was a really interesting way to decompress, you know, like, I don't leave here tonight and go play like the stand-up comedy video game, you know, like, hey, write bad jokes, cry a lot, sleep alone, all right, you know? You guys, thank you so much. My name's Matt Beatz.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Oh, no worries. It's funny. Sit down. Matt, how nice to see you. I haven't seen you since you went to go and tour the Middle East. How was it? The Chuckle Hut, Baghdad, all those places?
Yeah. The Possum Pouch in Fallujah.
Where did you go?
We went to, we flew into Kyrgyzstan first. Myself and Jody Fuller, he's actually a guy who did 2 tours in Iraq and a captain in the army, and he is now a comedian.
Oh.
And so it was The Military Man and the Mama's Boy. That was the name of the tour.
Right.
And we went to... It's pretty clear which one I am.
Of course.
But,
I didn't even ask. I thought, I know, I don't want to embarrass you further.
Right. But we went to Kyrgyzstan for about 3 days, and then to Afghanistan for about 8 or 9, and then we went to like the UAE, Dubai, Qatar, and then down to Saudi Arabia, and then back.
Do you have a good time? You enjoy it?
It was great.
Yeah?
It was, I know it's not possible for everybody to go over there, but I mean, there's nothing like being able to go and experience something like that firsthand and shut off the news and turn off the radio, not listen to, you know, all the, you know, politicians talk about it, but go actually see for yourself what's happening.
Do you know what I did today?
No, I wasn't here.
I was just hoping that you could remember because I got.
I bet somebody got you a cup of coffee.
No. I got a new cup. Now that you've left the show, Matt used to work here. Now that he's left, we can afford all sorts of luxuries.
My salary opened up a lot.
You wouldn't believe the changes. But I Googled you today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I found an interview with you on the Catholic Register.
Yes, the Catholic. I went over there. I went over there, and then so it was Afghanistan, then it was like the mind bend that was going to Dubai and seeing how people spend money when they have it. Then I got back home, and I did an interview with the Catholic Review. I was on conservative radio, and I went to see Fish in Virginia, the band.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. We've argued about Fish before.
So, I mean, I think right there, like, I was really trying to cross the aisle a lot and just kind of work, you know.
Welcome back to America, Matt.
Yeah,
you seem to have taken it all back in. It's good to see you, and I'll see you in July. Yeah. All right. Matt Beatz, everybody. We'll be right back.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?
Sorry, there's a hole in the studio floor, everybody. There isn't really a hole in the studio floor. I was just trying to start the show. I mean, end the show. And like I started the show, you know, with the great hole in the floor joke. But that'll surely get me into the Comedy Hall of Fame. People will talk years from now when comedians gather around the campfire at night to talk about... Comedians go camping? Sure they do. They gather around the campfire, they're like, hey, you remember when old Ferguson did the old hole in the floor joke? That was a classic, wasn't it? Sure was. Was that the night Michael Caine was on? I can't recall. Good night, everybody.